You chose to be the weak ones. You chose to be the ones that follow the, like a sheep, just follow, the herd, jump off the cliff and you just jump off with them.
Is that so, Ali Dawah?
This is my response to the video New Muslims versus Ex-Muslims by Ali Dawah. Ali's a man who thinks he's an internet celebrity and doesn't speak to anyone with less than 100,000 subscribers. Yet he doesn't mind talking about us. That's fine, we can do it your way, Ali. Here's my response. So people that left the childhood indoctrination, people that went against the grain, sometimes in societies where yes, you can suffer either death, imprisonment, and even if not that, at the very least, you're going to be ostracized, you're going to be shunned by your family in many cases. Many religious Muslim families will even kick out their children if they don't want to believe in Islam. Not all of them are practicing. Some of them, even just cultural Muslims, won't accept that the child, the son or daughter, is going to leave Islam. So we're talking about people that are, giving up the everything around them, all of the cultural markers, the religion, the family, the community. For you to say that these people are sheep, I mean, think about it, Ali. Think about what are the sheep?
So what has caused these people to say, hey, we don't want nothing else to do with, we don't want nothing to do with this religion? And then people like myself saying, well, we want a lot to do with our religion, and we're actually proud of our religion. And, we are happy with our Lord. We are proud of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we love Islam. We love our religion. What is the difference? What is it that makes us stay in Islam and makes these individuals, which you can see on the screen, say, no, we don't want to do nothing. We don't want anything to do with it.
What made us leave Islam is an open-minded pursuit of the truth, no matter where it led us. We prefer the painful truth over the comfortable lie. We picked the red pill and saw reality for what it is.
Now, I came to a conclusion after thinking, why? This is the difference. And I don't mean to cause offense, but it's just to highlight the issue. Yeah? I believe these so-called ex-Muslims, some of them are genuine, some of them are not, but very little are genuine.
Ali Dawah finally admits that some of us are genuine. That's progress. Thank you, Ali. Now Ali explains his main argument.
What they've done is this. They have an inferiority complex. So therefore, they suffer from their post-colonial master's orders. These orders are basically that we give you morality. We will tell you what is right or wrong.
Sounds like Islam to me. We'll tell you what to think, what not to think, what to eat, what not to eat, how to dress, how not to dress, how to have sex, how not to have sex. Now listen to this again. Tell me, what does this sound like?
These orders are basically that we give you morality. We will tell you what is right or wrong.
The only statement of the true believers when they are called to Allah and His Messenger to judge between them is that they say, we hear and we obey, and those are the successful.
The Quran is saying that it's Muhammad, and of course Allah that doesn't exist, that gets to decide what is right and what is wrong. He gets to judge. Ali, you just described the problem of the Muslim community.
So where they're coming from is this. We live in the 21st century. The norms of today have changed. Things we look at differently. This is how we think it happens and this how it happens. So the subjective norms of today are the following. Here's the criteria. And here's the yardstick that's going to change probably 100 years later. And this is what we're going by. And this is the reason why now we are feeling inferiority, have an inferiority complex. So therefore, our post-colonial masters have told us that, look, this is how it needs to be. So we look at Islam and go, oh, looking with these glasses. Wait, let's put these glasses on. Okay, that looks bad. Guys, can you see that? That looks bad. Whoa, the Prophet did that? That looks wrong. That looks bad. The Quran, we cannot tolerate this. This is exactly what's happened.
But Ali, your entire video assumes that Muslims leave Islam for exclusively moral issues in the Quran and Sunnah. But that's not the case. For example, with me, morality wasn't even an issue. I just accepted that it's from God, so that's what He wants from us. I didn't think about it that deeply, right? I didn't ponder on it until after I left Islam. For me, the issues were all related to the fact that the Quran suffers from severe flaws in the language that it uses. How can this book claim to be from a being who is Al-Latif, Al-Khabir? Al-Latif means the one who is, knows the most subtle, like secrets of the world, of the universe. And Al-Kabir, who knows the most grandest, he knows everything. Yet the Quran uses language that a 7th century man would be expected to use, right? I mean, talking about 7 heavens, or how He created the earth in 2 days, right? Or how He raised up the sky, or how He holds up the sky. So there's other issues why people leave Islam, right? It's not only about the moral issues. Yes, you pretty much assume that's the only thing. And yes, there are moral issues in the Quran. There's big problems with some of the things in the Quran. We'll talk about that. But don't assume this is the only reason why people leave Islam.
So we said, okay, let's look at these, with these glasses that you're looking at. Okay, let's look. Okay. So we understand why you see the matter like that. We understand why you want to leave Islam. Because you have a yardstick and goggles that are clouded, with all these philosophical ideas, with these fallacious double standards. So that's why when you look at Islam and the Quran, that's why it looks very abnormal to you. New Muslims like myself, we take those goggles and we clean them. And we say, look, let's look at the real picture. Let's get all those little dirty things out the way, and those lies and misconceptions and statements of miscontext, misconstrued statements. And then we look at it clearly. That is the difference between us new Muslims and those who are born Muslims and the ex-Muslims. That is our difference. They chose to obey their post-colonial masters to tell them what is right and wrong. And they said, okay, sir, yep, sir. And they looked at Islam and said, oh, that looks terrible. That doesn't look right. And that is the reason why they have decided to go that way. And we have decided to stand strong and firmly.
There's a pattern here. Everything that you're accusing us of, you're actually doing yourself. It's actually you who's wearing the rose-tinted goggles. It's actually you that's making an excuse for everything in Islam, no matter how bad it is.
If I came to you guys and said, you know what, your mum and your dad, your mum and dad are thieves. Your mum and dad did this. Your mum and dad went and did that. Your mum and dad went and did this and that and that. You're going to automatically go in a defensive mode and be like, hold on a second. Don't talk about my mum and dad like that. There is context to everything that you've said about them.
When it comes to the example of your parents, yes, of course we're going to react emotionally. It's your mom and dad, right? But that doesn't mean your parents get off scot-free. If your parents were involved in some sort of crime, whether it's theft, murder, whatever it is, you know what? I would be the one who has to say, yes, they need to go to jail, they need to be punished. So if it's true that Muhammad ibn Abdullah did all these bad things, Muslims need to admit that. Like, these are bad things he did. It doesn't matter if you love the man or not. Love does not excuse crime, does not excuse, immorality. Right? You can't let it go just because you love the man. You have to think about it. Is it right what he said, what he did, what he allowed? More than what he did, even to me, is what he allowed. Is it okay?
Just because some of them have apostated. Why? Because things are getting a little hard. Oh, it's hard to practice. That's your reason? That's your reason, that because you cannot handle certain things and certain things have become hard, that's the reason you've decided to leave Islam? It's pathetic. You're leaving the fold of Islam not because of its fundamental flaws in its principles or its doctrine. You're leaving Islam because of emotional reasons. It doesn't sound right to me. It's hard. I don't want to practice it.
People make decisions for good and bad reasons. Sometimes the unhappiness in your life is a sign that the system you're following or the way you're living your life is not healthy. It's not good for you. Sometimes your emotions and your instincts can lead you to the right way, and sometimes they'll misguide you. I do agree with you. It's better to look at the doctrine of Islam and look at what it's prescribing and what it's saying, and the main holy book, the Quran, and the sayings and the teachings of Muhammad, to decide whether it's true or false, not just go by your emotions. So Ali, I actually agree with you here.
And the funniest thing is, most of these ex-Muslims become atheists, and then they try to question the morality in Islam. As an atheist, you have no basis. Morality is so subjective.
Atheism by itself does not give any basis for morality. Most atheists follow secular humanism, which does give us a basis for morality, which says that the thriving of human beings is what matters. So for example, rape, slavery, murder, killing, theft, all of these things would not be allowed under secular humanism. If you'd like to understand it more, look up secular morality. There's lots of information available for you to pursue online.
And some of them have genuinely gone through emotional things. They have suffered things in life. And I understand, I relate. Look, we all go through things. We all get tested. And I ask Allah that the trials He's put you through to help you overcome them. But that's still not an excuse or a valid excuse to leave the fold of Islam. If tomorrow I said, I'm leaving Islam because this happened in my life and that, emotionally, okay, I might be upset. But that has no reason. That's got nothing to do with Islam or my Lord. Nothing. It's my shortcoming. It's my shortcoming. I could be stronger. Yes, I could go through that little moment, but I could overcome it also.
That's not true either. Many people suffer precisely because of Islam. For example, one of my friends who could have bought a beautiful house in a downtown core like 10, 15 years ago, because riba is haram, forbidden, and riba includes interest for most Muslims, he never bought a home for him and his family, which would have been worth probably $2 million now, $1 to $2 million in a downtown core where his kids grew up, where they were happy, where they could have had a good life. Instead, he's lucky, he was able to save cash for many, many, many years, and finally he bought a house far, far away from the downtown core, so now he has a long trip back and forth every day. For example, other people, both men and women, will suffer precisely because of Islam. Because in Islam, if you want to divorce your wife, you just have to say talaq. And over the matter of years, if you just say it 3 times, your marriage is destroyed and it's over forever. Both the women suffer and the man suffers, right? Both the husband and the wife, they both go through so much pain because the system is so flawed that it allows like a simple word to be uttered and destroy the entire relationship. Is that how marriages should be? We're talking about, for example, both young men and young women who lose out on, good potential life mates only because they have to marry a Muslim, and on top of it, dating is not allowed, right? So what they have to do is they have to find some other way of, finding a partner. They have to have an arranged marriage or a facilitated marriage, but they miss out on many, many good potential partners in life. In conclusion, Islam is a flawed, man-made system that some of us are able to see through. Ali, I hope you would not waste one more precious second on this false delusion. I hope that you will see your way through it like some of us were able to see our ways through it. And I wish you well. Bye. And this is Marlo. Marlo wants you to subscribe to Abdullah Shamir's videos. Subscribe to Abdullah Shamir. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.